So this is an emergency PSA if you are a working American family with children and you claim the Earned Income Tax Credit. So this type of refundable credit is extremely important because it helps lift people and families and children out of poverty and helps them get more money back in their pockets so they can provide for food, clothing, shelter, all the immediate needs of raising a family in America, in which this day and age, we all know the rising costs can be crushing. So why would Congress want to make it any more difficult on the people that need it the most? Surprise, surprise, it's because they think that people are taking advantage of the program. And yes, is there fraud in any tax program? Of course. But my favorite is when they target ones that low and moderate income families need more than any other taxpayers. So there are a lot of government programs and tax credits and tax deductions that higher net worth people take advantage of that the government doesn't make so difficult. So the big beautiful bill requires 17 million American families to do a pre-certification process in which they will have to upload documents and I'm sure a form and receive a response back from the IRS with a pre-certification saying that they can take advantage of the credit. Now, there are already 20% of American families that aren't even taking advantage of the credit because they feel like the requirements are already too difficult or they're not even aware of the program. So a lot of Congress people are saying, what's the big deal? They just fill out the application, they submit the documents, and they have to do that for loans and mortgages and everything else in the universe. And to those people, I would like to say, you clearly have no experience in dealing with the Internal Revenue Service. As a tax attorney and somebody that works on the board of a low-income taxpayer clinic and has handled at least 3,000 tax controversy cases, I can tell you that the IRS has a very difficult time doing basic tasks, responding to notices, moving a payment, adjusting a taxpayer's return, processing an amended return. So why am I telling you all this and why should you care? It's because if 17 million people have to do this on an annual basis, that's 30 times more than the correspondence exams the service already does and does kind of poorly. So what in turn is that going to do? It's going to prevent lower and middle class people from taking advantage of the credit because they're not going to know all the requirements. They're not going to do the pre-certification. They're not going to be eligible for the credit. And it's going to hurt working class American families and it's going to prevent them from getting lifted out of poverty, which was what the whole program was intended to do. So what should you do about it? You should call your congressperson, hold them accountable, specifically your senator, because those are the people that are voting on it. Tell them you're not going to send them back to Washington if they do not start working for your interests, for American families' interests, and for our children.